Hello students, how do you do? You are all welcome. You are waiting for English grammar class. Yes, the harder you work for something, the greater you will feel when you achieve it. This time you have got a very long vacation since the novel coronavirus has shut down almost all the educational institutions all over the country. So you have stuck inside home without your friends. But this doesn't mean that a break for learning. You have to take each day as an opportunity to improve yourself and to get quite closer to your goal. In this crucial time, we are really fortunate as our institution has provided a platform on which we are trying our best to reach out to you through online classes. Hence, students, make the best use of this, do the work assigned to you, work hard and come out with flying colors. Good luck. Okay, fine. Let's get started. And you have to take down the meaning, types, examples in your notebook. Are you ready with your book and pen? Yes, of course. Here there are some sentences written on the board. You have to read these sentences or listen to me and look into the words which are underlined. Number 1, there is a cow in the field. There is a cow in the field. Number 2, he swam across the river. Number 3, you sat on the chair. Number 4, we traveled by train. Number 5, the meeting begins at 11:30 p.m. You have noticed the words which are underlined or which are colored orange, haven't you? Yes. Here, do these words show any relation between two things? For example, first one, there is a cow in the field. There are two nouns here, cow and the field. And in is the word used between two things. Do they show in relation? Yes, of course. Where is the cow? It is in the field. They show some relation between the words. What do you call such words in English? They are nothing but prepositions. We call them prepositions. Today we are going to learn about preposition, its meaning, types, functions with examples. What is preposition? The word itself gives the meaning. Suppose we divide this word, we get two words, pre and position. Pre and position. What do you mean by pre? Pre means before. What do you mean by position? Position means place. Place before. Prepositions are the words which are placed before. Placed before what? Before nouns or pronouns. It means it is a word placed before a noun or pronoun to show its relation to some other words in the sentence. It is a word used before a noun or pronoun to show its relation to some other words in a sentence. It is a word used before a noun or pronoun to show its relation to some other words in a sentence. Here, what do you mean by some other words? These words may be a verb or noun. It may be a noun or pronoun or adjective or an adverb. And what are the functions of prepositions? It is used to show the time or place or the location or the position or direction or movement or the logical relationship of an object to the rest of the objects in the sentence. There are more than 100 prepositions in English. I'll give some examples. Now you have to frame a sentence. What is this? This is a book. And what is this? This is a box. I keep the box here. So what is sentence can you frame? Yes, you know. It is, you said that the box is on the book. The box is on the book. Next, number 2. Now I'll draw a picture. You have to identify what that is. This is a pet animal. Already you have identified there is a table and there is a cat. So what is the sentence can you frame? The cat sat under the table. The cat sat under the table. Okay, next example. Suppose this is a wall and this is a thief. A thief, he jumps over the wall. Without touching this wall, he jumps over the wall. The thief jumped over the wall. Number 4. My mother always cares about me. Okay, here these many sentences are written and you have to identify the preposition. I think already you have identified. Okay, we shall analyze these sentences. Number 1, the box is on the book. The box is on the book. Here the box is a subject. Is a verb. What is the book? It is the object. The book is the object and it is noun. Book is noun. What is on? On is the preposition. On is the preposition because it shows relation between the two nouns. Number 2, the cat sat under the table. What is the position of the cat? It sat under the table. So what is the preposition here? It is under. Under is the preposition and this preposition is placed before noun. This is a noun. The table is the noun. It is placed before the noun. So it's what is the function of this preposition? These two prepositions, it shows the position. It is an example for preposition of place. The thief jumped over the wall. The thief jumped over the wall. Which is the preposition here? It is over. Over is the preposition. And this, what do you mean by this? What is the function of this preposition over? It shows the movement or it shows the direction how he jumps. My mother always cares about me. Where is the preposition here? It is about. About is the preposition and this preposition is placed before pronoun. Is it correct? Here you could find the nouns, but here it is me pronoun. It is correct. According to the meaning, it is placed before a noun or pronoun to show its relation. So these are some of the examples for prepositions. In today's class, let us dive deeper to this topic. And broadly, all these prepositions are classified into various types according to the functions. They are preposition of time, preposition of place, prepositions of direction or movement, prepositions for agent, instruments, machines and devices. Number 1, preposition of time. Number 2, preposition of place. Number 3, preposition of direction or movement. Number 4, preposition for agent or instruments, machines and devices. What are the prepositions used for preposition of time? They are at, in, on, ago, before, after, for, since, past, till, until, during, by, etc. What are the prepositions are used for preposition of place? They are at, in, on, over, under, beside, between, prepositions of place: at, in, on, over, under, beside, between, above, down, etc. Next, preposition of direction or movement: onto, into, over, onto, into, over, from, to, through, above, up, etc. The prepositions which are used for instruments, machines or devices are by, with and on. These are some of the prepositions what we use under these categories. The types, there are 4 important types. They are prepositions of time, prepositions of place, preposition of direction or movement and preposition for agent, instruments, machines and devices. What are the prepositions used under time? At, in, on, ago, before, after, for, since, past, till, until, during, by, etc. Next, place. At, again some of the prepositions are repeated here. That is why sometimes we will have confusion while conversing with others. At, in, on, over, under, beside, between, above, down, etc. Next, direction. It shows the movement or direction: onto, into, over, from, to, through, above, up, etc. And prepositions of for instruments or machines or devices are by, with and on. In today's class, let us discuss about 2 types of preposition. They are preposition of time and preposition of place. Now, we shall begin from preposition of time. Preposition of time. The most frequently used prepositions relating to time are at, on and in. at, on and in. We shall begin from at. What are the functions of at, preposition at? Why is it used in the sentence? At is used to indicate the exact time. At is used to indicate an exact time. Or you can say clock times. Clock times. A short or precise time. Short or precise time. And while telling about holidays or festivals. Holidays and festivals. What are the functions of this preposition at? It is always used for clock times or to tell short or the precise time. What do you mean by precise time? An exact or accurate time. And also for holidays and festivals. For example, at 11:30 a.m. At 11:30 a.m. We go to school at 8:30 a.m. or I have a meeting at 11:30 a.m. And next at noon, at sunrise or at sunset, at dinner time, at midday, at the weekend, at Christmas time, for all these situations we use at. We have a meeting at 11:30 a.m. or my friends come to school or my friends come home at noon or my mother came at dinner time. And so these are some of the situations where at is used. We shall have more drill work with examples. Look at these examples. Number 1, I have a meeting at 10:30 p.m. I went home at lunchtime. At is used for a precise time and the first one is the clock time. The stars shine at night. Always for the word night we use at, not in. Next, we are going away at Christmas. It is the time of festival. We are going away at Christmas. We are going away at Deepavali or we are going away at Ramzan. It means it is a holiday. We have to understand that it is a holiday. I don't usually work at weekend. I don't usually work at weekend. So all these are the preposition. At is the preposition which is used before the noun to express about the time. I hope you understood where to use at. Now we'll move on to the next preposition, that is on. Where to use on? On is used for days and dates. On is always used for days and dates. When we refer days like on Monday, on Sunday, on Wednesday, on Sundays, and also for the dates on 1st April, or you can even say on April 1st, both are permitted, and on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day or on Deepavali Day. So here we use the preposition on only for one day or for one date. for days and date, a particular day, maybe on Wednesday, on Sundays, and for the dates like on 1st April, and even for on Christmas Day, that is a particular day, that is December 25th, on Christmas Day. And we shall have more examples. We shall go through some of the examples. Number 1, do you work on Sundays? We don't say in or at. Do you work on Sundays? Number 2, her birthday is on 1st February. Her birthday is on 1st February. On my birthday, her birthday is on 1st February. Next, I won't be working on Saturday nights. I won't be working on. It refers to a particular day, one day. That's why on Saturday nights. Next, number 4, examination begins on 15th April. It is on 15th April. Only one date is given there. You cannot write from, but sometimes the students write from, but it's not from, it is on. Examination begins on 15th April. Number 5, we have a huge celebration on New Year's Eve. On New Year's Eve refers to December 31st. That's why we have to, as it is the one day, we have to use on New Year's Eve. I hope you have understood this. Next, we shall proceed towards in. Where to use in? In is used for months, years, decades, centuries, and for a long period. And for a long period. And when we refer to the portion of the day, part of a day, when we speak about a part of a day, we use in. For example, in February month, in February, a part of the day, it refers to in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, but not night. We use at preposition for night, in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. And also for years, in 2000, in 2000, in the 1990s, in the next century, in the next century. In the future. All these are examples for in February, or in the morning, or in the afternoon, or in the evening, or we say in 2000, I went to Mumbai in 2000, in the 1990s, in the next century, or in the future. Let us have more drill work with examples. Number 1, my birthday falls in June. It is a month. That is why preposition in is used, in June. She was born in 2000. It refers to the year. We use in for years. She was born in 2000. Number 3, birds often migrate in spring and autumn season. It refers to the season. When we tell about seasons, usually we use in. Birds often migrate in spring and autumn season. Number 4, there should be a lot of progress in the next century. When we talk about the centuries, future plans, always we use in the next century. Number 5, do you think we will go to Jupiter in the future? Do you think we will go to Jupiter in the future? It refers to the future time. That's why we use in preposition here. But note one thing, children, when we refer last, next, every and this, in the sentences, we don't use prepositions at, on and in. Remember, we don't use at, on and in when we refer these words. One of these words may be last or next or every or this. For example, I went abroad last June. I went abroad last June. We are not supposed to use in or at or any other prepositions because there is the word last. This is an exception. Number 2. Number 3. I go home every Deepavali. I go home every Deepavali. As every word is used here, we are not supposed to use any other prepositions. I go home every Deepavali. Every year I go home. So, I go home every Deepavali. No prepositions to be added. Next, this. Number 4, we will call you this evening. We will call you this evening. You cannot use any preposition in the evening. Though for a part of the day we use in the evening, but in this particular sentence you cannot use in, but you have to, because this is used here. These are the exceptions. When there are last, next, every and this, when you find these words in the sentence, you are not supposed to use prepositions. Students, now I will give you a task. Look at these statements. Choose the correct preposition. Now you have to choose the right preposition. Number 1. Let's meet dash midday dash Saturday. Look at the statement. Let's meet dash midday and dash Saturday. Look at these two words. The first word is midday and the second word is Saturday. So, which are the prepositions suit here? Is it at or be in on or say at on? So, this is a part of the day, midday, a precise time. That's why you have to use at. You have to use at. And this refers to a day, one day, a day. That's why we have to use on. We have to use on Saturday. So, the right answer is let's meet at midday on Saturday is the right answer. So, what is the option? That is C. At and on is the right option. Number 2. The manager isn't here dash present, but she will be back dash half an hour. The manager isn't here dash present, but she will be back dash half an hour. Look at this word, it is present. And look at this word, it is half an hour. So, which preposition suits here? Which preposition suits here? It is at present. At present. She will be back in half an hour. So, the right option is at and in. At present, in half an hour. Number 3. You won't be working dash Saturday nights dash the future, will you? You won't be working dash Saturday nights. So, what is the answer here? It refers to a day. Saturday nights, but it is a day, one day. So, you have to write on Saturday nights. Dash the future, future, that is you have to write in the future is correct. The option is A, on and in is the right answer. Number 4, I am busy dash moment, but I will be free dash evening. Look at the options here, at the, in this, B, at the, this, C, in the, at this. So, which option suits properly. I am busy at the moment. I am busy at the moment, a short time, at the moment, but I'll be free dash evening, this evening. So can you write in this evening or at this evening? No, you have to write this evening, because you know the exceptions. I told you the 4 words. So which is the answer? That is this. The option B is the right one. At the moment, and this is the answer. Option B is the answer. Students, I hope you have understood prepositions of time, that is how to use at and on and in. In simple way, I'll draw a triangle here. And I divide into 3. At, and here I write on, and here I write in. Look at the triangle here. Where did I write at? Here. So we use at, because at is always used for the specific time. It is very narrow. We use only for specific time. That's why it is at, it is very narrow, but it becomes wider on. When it reaches here, it becomes wider. We can use on for one day or one date. And again, when it gets down, it becomes the widest. When it reaches here, it becomes the widest. It means we can use in for months, years, decades, centuries. That's why this is in very simple way I am trying to explain you. This is how you should know how to use these prepositions in sentences. Students, in today's class we have discussed about preposition, its meaning, and the first type of preposition, that is preposition of time. I hope you have understood. We shall learn the rest of the types of prepositions in the next class. Thank you.